This success journey is so amazing that I would say I don't have words to properly define it. You see, one of the most important thing I would say as a trainer, one of the most important thing as a person who is helping other person to become certified PMP, PgMP, RMP, SP, or any person, whatever you are doing, the biggest honor is to help those people from whom we have learned. So God has been very graceful to us that this is a second time opportunity, at least for Mr. Sami. This is a second time opportunity for that Mr. Calabar joined our one-to-one mentor program for program management, and in a beautiful way, yesterday he cleared PgMP. So I'm very happy to record this journey. The entire journey is dedicated to Mr. Sami and Mr. Calabar. I'm more of a servant leader here. So I'm gonna put Mr. Sami to you to pedestal. You can share how the entire journey worked, what were the steps that we took, and how we cleared it. Before that, I just wanted to show the scorecard of the scorecard, how we have done it. One of the most important thing that we need to look is that at the end of the day, once you are certified, everything else is aside. Everything else is aside. But the most important thing is getting overall above target, right? Overall above target is the most beautiful thing. So I'm really happy for that. Mr. Sami, yes, sir. We can hear you. Over to you, please, sir. If you can share the journey.
Yes, first of all, I am like Mr. Amir has introduced. It's a great honor for me actually to help Mr. Kleber do his first PMI certifications, and that is also directly PGMP, as he is already so much experienced. But how we all started, we had a quick discussion and we said that it's a right time for you to do any PMI certification, and he was kind enough to get back to the student mode after more than I think 30 or 35 years. So it's a big achievement specifically for him. And secondly, in order to be able to do it in less than 4 months, it's also very important. We had our first class on 13th of March, the day we had the discussion. Then on in 11th of April, we finished the classes, we finished the application. And one thing I would like to say that he was among the first application who wrote on the new format.
Hmm.
On 17th of March, on 25th of March, I have the still the date we submitted his application, and it was only one or two applications at that moment that were on the new format. So that was a
Hmm.
big challenge also for him and for us. And then in 20th, from 18th of April till 20th of May, he was in vacation. So
Hmm.
1 month he didn't study anything. But when he joined, came back on 3rd of June, we restarted it, and that was the moment we started directly from the PGMP booklet. We
Hmm.
didn't back to that. We attended the coaching calls, and directly in 1 month, 10 days, he is certified PGMP. So it's a
Is it?
very good, big achievement. And also, I would like to mention here that Mr. Kleber is one of the biggest reviewer of our booklet. He was a person who reviewed it, and he was literally very happy. And I feel very proud that he helped us. And this is how we already improved the booklet a lot, that everybody is getting in a so much good shape. So heartiest congratulations, Mr. Kleber, and now over to you.
Mr. Kleber.
Okay, well, Sami, Amer, thank you very much for this opportunity. The fact is that all this journey started with a very simple conversation with Sami. We were talking about studies, master degrees, PhDs, and everything. And I just told him, at this point of my life, I said, with all the experience I have, to make any of these attempts of getting a PhD, for example, I said, it will not bring any value for me. And because if I attempt any PhD, I will just make something very special. I'll be specialized on something which I am already specialized by my own experience, and I cannot prove this kind of experience in a PhD or another master's program. And then Sami said, yes, because you're choosing the wrong path. The right path is PMI, and we talk about PgMP, and then it clicked my mind, and I said, okay, this is something is interesting, and it's worth to try to go back to student mode, as Sami said. Huh? So this is where we started. In fact, it was very interesting and challenging to write the application, and I'm not sure, but I think I was the first or the third to be approved on the new format, which was a very nice success, I would say very fulfilling. And then afterwards I had to travel. I had to stay out of business. Yes, I went for vacation, but not really vacation. I had a lot of things to do, personal things to do at home. And I was not able to check anything. I was not able to read. I was not able to open a single line of PgMP or whatever we have done with Sami. So after 1 month, I went back, and I just told him, let me attempt to do a questionnaire, a mock or whatever, just to figure out if I still have it in mind. And we started on that way. Huh? One thing that I always told Sami is, I am not a guy which can make anything by memory. I need to understand, and I need to grasp it, and I need to correlate it with the real life. If I don't have, if all these things are not put together, then for me it's useless. So basically, we had a lot of interesting things, and this is basically, this PgMP program matches what I was expecting to have. And finally, well, I cleared it. The most important thing was along in this path is when Sami was ready to publish the PMP booklet, and he said, "Can you make a review for me?" And I really felt honored. Huh? That was like, wow, this is yeah, okay, sure, I can review it. Huh? You are the person who are training me, and you want me to review it. And of course, my job was not to review what he have extracted from PgMP, but the writing, the format. And it was a very, very, very challenging work, because as I told Sami, I said, look, this is your first publishing book, so it is your signature, is your presentation card. So I made a lot of effort to review it, and also, you know, it was like, okay, grammar is okay, presentation is okay, now content. And to review the content, I was literally studying very high. And it was the demand to grasp all the knowledge was very high, and this was something which was absolutely helpful on stacking the knowledge of PgMP as it is, as a standard. No? So I actually thank you very much for this opportunity, and I think it was the best, and I hope it also helps, this booklet helps other students, because it is really good. And I thank you all for your dedication. I mean, Sami's dedication and Sami follow-up I think is the core of a good teacher, of a good coach, of a good trainer. He made the best out of me, I would say. So thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing that. And yes, as you can see on my back, now we have 4 booklets, one of the PgMP booklet. And so we are very happy for that, and really the effort. And I'll tell you a very interesting thing. Before you get a review, I have already put it on Amazon. Then Mr. Sami said, we get a review from Mr. Cleber, and there is some challenge. I said, send me. And then I said, okay, let me first of all stop on Amazon. we cannot sell it like this. After the review, then we updated it, and then we went to multiple iterations. And like for sure, uh, PgMP is one of a very niche domain. Like if I talk about other PMI certification, and the one which I train mostly is PMP. There are millions of people getting training, and there is more than million certified. But PgMP is for senior professionals like you. So for those people to get the information in a way that is useful, the booklet was very helpful in that. Let's talk about a little bit about the exam side. Mr. Sami, how the preparation, since it was one-to-one, how you prepared him to the entire journey, making sure that his busy schedule, because you said 4 months. I wouldn't count it 4 months, since for a month he was not available. So I would make it 3 months, the entire thing. So let's say how the steps were, because considering that he's a project manager, he has to take care of his site, he has limited time and things like that. So how was the process? What you did, and what were the challenges in that?
So first of all, the first challenge was that he was doing his first PMI certification.
Mhm,
So the first challenge I had was to put that framework of PMI, and
mhm,
like we have the experienced people are more prone to fail the PMI certification, that you know from the PMP domain also, because the what is PMI saying you and what we are doing in our real life.
mhm,
So I had this in mind, that that is
mhm.
the essence of our one-to-one program, because anyone who is not PMP certified or who is doing the first PMI certification, I think it's very difficult for him to catch in the batch program. So
Okay.
especially one-to-one programs are especially for those people. Then I went, we studied domain by domain, chapter by chapter. We wrote the application step by step, and we did the chapter-wise questions. That was our way how we continued, and then later on, once it was done, then we went to the mocks. So Mr. Kleber can comment on the approach that we had about doing step by step and not going directly into the whole step in one go. How you will say, Mr. Kleber, about this?
Well, as I said, I think you did a great job coaching me. You was able to get the most out of me, and I was able also to learn as fast as possible, because there are many things on PgMP and also PMP, because I also learned a little PMP. We do on our daily jobs, but there are many things which are really book answers, huh? And which are not really applicable on real life, on small things, not the procedures, not the domains, but some things which are difficult to explain in a short interview. So this step-by-step approach was very good, because then it was very easy to understand all this, each domain, and what is the meaning of each domain, and what is considered on each domain, and what is important to do on each domain. And this really gave me the feeling of how PgMP standard and criteria is working, huh? And then also this step by step was very helpful to correlate it to the real action, to the real life things, which is what I said. It is important to grasp it. So yes, I think this is the best approach. I could not think on a better way to make it. And I also said once, I have to congratulate you guys, because you are brilliant on extracting the most root concepts of a big document, which only by reading once or twice is not easy to get.
Hmm. Okay, okay, that's a very important thing. Okay, let's talk about a very important thing which we discussed last night when we had a call, your and I first call, and Mr. Sami told that you did exam very quickly. So how did you manage that time and the exam? How did you went with that?
Okay, well, that's a little bit interesting, and it's somehow how my mind works. You have advised me to take a break and to wait for 5 minutes, but actually I know me, and if I do this, I get distracted.
Hmm.
So to start, I was not worried about the time. I did a lot of practice with Sami, and there is actually plenty of time for you to do it. On my last, let's say, simulation attempt, Sami told me, please read all the question and read all the answers, because I tend to read very quick. I am a kind of quick reader, and I pick the things very quick. And he told me, please read all the question and do it calm, patience. I said, okay, no problem. So I did it in a very conscious way, and I found that within 3 hours is more than enough to finish, even by reading all the question one by one. And when I reached to the day of the exam, I basically did that. I read everything with calm and answering. I did not use any of the tools, because now there are tools which you can strike out a word or a sentence, or you can color it. And for me, it is distracting. I mean, this is wasting of time. I prefer to read, and I use the selection mode. I mean, elimination technique, 2 out of it, and select my question, but without using any tools which will take my time. Just to select the tool, highlight it. All of these things for me creates a loss of time, and in my mind a distraction. So I just, with calm, I've been reading, and every 50 questions I will look at the timer, and I noted that I had enough time, so I did not panic and continue my job. And actually, I finished in 2 hours, 20 minutes, which was good.
Okay, so Mr. Sami, what was your final thoughts that how he should manage time, and how would you compare that thing? Because he has done a lot of mocks, because we never let. And this was so interesting when Mr. Sami said me 2 days back, Mr. Kleber has booked his exam, and I asked him how confident you are. So Mr. Kleber, you would love the answer. He said 100%. That was his, like, I never said it to anyone. I said, how much confidence you are that he will pass? He said, 100%. So, Mr. Sami, can you walk me through that? Why that confidence? Because that is, whenever anyone has gone to the exam, even when you give PgMP, I always say 80% probability is there. But went to the 100% is something that is beautiful. Please, sir.
Because the main purpose was that he had reviewed my booklet. That was the only confidence, I think. Like Amir said, my first time gave 100%, because the feedback that we are getting for the last 1 month is that the questions are very, very difficult, very different tone of the questions, and much more different from the uh, real mocks also. So PMI is really working hard to change the tone of the questions, change the questions. And I would say that now specifically, unless you don't have the good concepts, the exam will become very difficult. So that was my first impression, that Mr. Kleber had thoroughly studied 2 times the booklet, and I was 100% sure in that way that the discussions we had in the coaching call once he started in June, he was a person who initiated this. Let's have the full coaching calls on the complete PDF mocks on complete 100 questions, 88 questions. This was the first time that I did, and I think that that was the key crux to have the concepts in mind, specifically now not only practicing the mocks. So if Mr. Kleber can give more information about the question that he got, I think that concept will become more important to have the structured concept of the uh, exam, of the complete content, how something is linked with each other, what are the key content of each document. Then only you are able to answer in the recent examination.
Then you are able to answer, then you are able to get this thing done and understand the best possible. Mr. Calabar, over to you.
Well, as I said before, if you try to do this by memory and not understanding the concepts, you will definitely fail. The practicing of the mocks, of the questions, was very interesting, was very, very useful. But it was more useful to discuss the questions later, the mistakes, and is it coming the mistakes? And we have even a very strong discussion because when I was reviewing specifically one question, when I selected as my answer was a benefit register, and most of the answers were towards the communication plan, I said it's not possible. I said this is impossible, cannot be. It's going contrary to the concepts and everything. And we had a long review, and in the end, Sami can give you a better view of this. But I was right on the answer. So this means that I was understanding the concept.
Mm, mm,
And now, when I reached to the exam, questions were completely different from what we have seen on the different questionnaires that I've been answering and the mocks. There were only a few things which were similar.
mm,
But again, understanding the concept and knowing some keywords which are in the PMP in the booklet, and also in all the material that you prepare for studying
mm.
was the key for the success. But there is no chance to approve without knowing the concept. By going by memory will not work for anyone.
Going back now, I really loved it when Mr. Sami also shared me this feedback that very few questions actually came in the database, and I'm very happy for that. I'm really very happy for that. The more, as you were saying, the application has been updated, and more PMI do these things, the more those people, because PGMP is more of a certification at a different level, a different way for different type of people. It's not a beginner certification. So, where, as you said, we don't have to memorize things. It's all about putting those things into experience, how we can put that into experience, how we can put that into perspective. And that really helped you in the exam. I want to ask a specific question about the exam. So there were 170 question, right, Mr. Kleber? 170 question. You
Correct.
completed them in 2.5 hours. How many questions were targeted towards agile domain?
Well, I've so many questions targeted to agile, probably 10.
10 questions. 10
More.
questions from agile. So the number of questions, Mr. Sami, is increasing from, like, we had feedback from your brother, 3 to 4 to 10 questions. 10 is a big number,
And
right?
that's why I think, and the topics that we had covered in our agile masterclass, I think those are sufficient.
Mr. Kleber.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, this is something. This is general. I don't see this going too deep into the exam, but this general information is very good, and also the fact that you covered general concepts on your PgMP booklet of Agile is helping. I mean, I've been able. I'm pretty sure that I have not missed any of the questions of Agile because the keywords and the small concepts which you have put on the PgMP booklet were straightforward to get these answers right.
Okay. Okay, that is a very important and looked into that way. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about the context that I want to understand. If now that's a very interesting question, and I love to ask. This question also goes back to giving us the feedback. Now, and you can also give it this answer to Mr. Sami later on. Let's say you are starting your PGMP journey today, and you have to improve it, do it in the best possible way. What steps do you think we can fast track? What steps do you think can be improved to decrease the PGMP journey and to make it more effective?
That's a tough question because I can recognize that you have compressed a lot of, you did a lot of work compressing all this study journey on the documents you have already prepared, the magic grid, all this keyword Excel sheet that Sami has, the PgMP booklet, and the fact that you have structured courses, structured sessions, like I think this is step by step that Sami did. Okay, well, let's talk about domain 1, domain 2, domain 3, domain 4, and we just went on all over the domains one by one, and then to have an overall view, and then go to the mocks and discuss them. It was great. So I can hardly tell you what to improve at this moment, and so I guess you're on the right track, and I don't think maybe trying to compress it a little bit more will not give the value for the students that you already give.
Thank you, Mr. Sami. That's a very big testimony that we can have.
Really grateful for such comments, and this motivates us. And I would really appreciate what Mr. Kleber said. The purpose is not only to pass the exam, the purpose is also to get the feeling and the understanding of the concept so that we can apply in our real life also. So it's not like cramming, or it's not like memory is a very good thing, unless you can pass even in 1 month also if you get 14 to 6 hours, 14 to 16 hours a day. But I think 2 months is should be the target line. It is 2 months should be the target, including the application. We don't forget, if you're comparing from PMP or any other thing, application is also one of the biggest tasks. And if Mr. Kleber can comment on that, I was having a discussion with him on the recent strictness of the application. And one comment was, Mr. Kleber said that this is a much more tougher than to appear in the exam, because in the exam you know that you have 4 options, and out of 4 at least one must be the correct answer. But I think the application is getting a very subjective way, in which the application will go to somebody XYZ in ABC country, who will have a, and we have to understand the concept of application. He will only see what you have written in 500 words. So what, Mr. Kleber, you want to say on the application part specifically?
Well, application part, I think, is the key. I guess, as you said, to write a proper application needs to have a real knowledge of the complete concept of the PgMP standard. Because the application is just answer a simple question, but this simple question has to have a lot of background, and you need to bring all the concepts of each of the domains in simple paragraphs and quickly matching to describe your experience, because it's and this makes this the key of the success. And to be able to write a good application is the real proof that you know the standard. The rest, as I said, is you already said it. Is you have a question, you have answers, you have options, so you can waive it. But on the application, I must say this is a key.
Another interesting thing that in this application, I am loving it. Before that, PMI did not ask a specific example. In this application, they have put it there, give a specific example. And I actually, when I shared your success journey on LinkedIn, I wrote this thing, that this is a very beautiful thing. Now PMI is separating from those people who don't have the experience, or even they have experience but they are unable to write it, just copy paste from chat GPT. No, they are asking for a specific example. And me and Mr. Sami know that they are reviewing the application. We had some challenging also, and that's why we have made the application process more aggressive than even exam process, and we are working more from them. A few more questions, Mr. Kleber, regarding exam. So when we talk about exam, how many questions were targeted asking about business case, charter, and plans exactly? Like how much in depth knowledge we need to know about them, and how much a difference is needed from them?
I don't remember how many questions. I cannot tell you a number, but I can tell you there were a few. Okay. Now, what I got in the testing was more a specific scenario,
Mm.
and then choose around this specific scenario. Some of them included the documents and things, but they were not. I did not get too many questions related to the contents of each document, which we have a lot of on the mocks.
Mm. Mm. Okay, that's a very
They
But
are
important.
more
normally the
concentrated.
question were 2 to 3 liner. Like that's why you were able to do it fast.
Yes, I had. I had, and one thing I didn't tell you, I had multiple selection questions as well, like 3 or 4.
Three or four. We will be adding those questions as well. So,
Yes, multiple select, like they were saying, please choose 3 answers from there. Please choose 2 answers from there. I had multiple selection questions. Like
Oh,
like
that's good. That is new.
yes, this I
Okay.
forgot to mention.
Okay. And one question from my side. Uh, what is the significance of exam content outline? That because we have been practicing about how to read the exam content outline, then we compressed it, we rephrased it in our booklet also. How important is it in the real time exam?
No, it's very important.
very important.
Very important. It is very helpful. I mean, everything that you have rephrased and it's in the booklet is actually like that. This summary of words, this summary of concepts, once you have the concept, and this is a good refresher, it will really help you. It's really, really, really important.
Okay, so I want to say one thing to everyone who will be listening. He is the first PgMP from Bolivia. And since he did yesterday, probably on Monday or Tuesday, his name will appear. If anyone wants to go and check and cross check, they can go on PMI registry, type Bolivia, and from Monday or Tuesday, his name will appear there. That is such a honor for us, for me, that my team, Mr. Abdul Rahim, has made it successful. And I also want to share here, this is such a I would say honor for us. We have a 100% success record in PGMP, whereas in the world 40% is the criteria. Like if 100 people are giving exam, 40% are passing in the first attempt. Because an interesting criteria is more that out of 100 people who take the training, 97 never even fill the application. And we have been discussing the reason, like first you fill the application, it goes to panel review, right? Then the panel review is rejected. A lot of panel reviews are rejected and then they never fill it because PMI has a very beautiful criteria. If your panel review is rejected, they give you a chance to review it or get your money back. And if your second panel review is rejected, they just give you your money back. So it's not like they will take your money and you fail. No, they say, okay, you are not eligible. Maybe try after some time. And many people never reach the first stage filling the application. If they fail the second, they never go for the third. And that is one of the reason why PGMP is still the most prestigious certification. And I'm proud to have 100% success record. Thank you, Mr. Sami, for that. And thank you very much, Mr. Kleber, for joining us and clearing it. I know you just cleared the exam yesterday, and Mr. Sami requested you that we record it today. So it was honor for us that you joined the program and cleared it, and will be more than happy to take this journey to now risk and where Gulzar is here and will be working it along the way. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Sami, Mr. Kalabar, Gulzar, Mr. Bhaskar, and I wish you best of luck. Mr. Sami, any final thoughts that you may have?
No, I would just like to say that if somebody is busy, everybody who will be attempting for the PGMP exam will have a very tough schedule.
Mm.
This is 100% sure. They will be only CEOs level people, program managers, minimum project managers people. So if Mr. Kleber can extract only 1 hour a day for his preparation with commitment, with dedication, you have a specific goal to achieve, then everything is possible. And with our follow-ups, we will make sure that you will study someday one, not if you will not study on day one, no problem, day two, at least on day three, you will start studying it. So that is a key point. Like Mr. Amir always says, one is greater than zero. This is our slogan, and I think it really helps, especially in terms of PgMP for the busy professionals.
Thank
So
you.
thank you very much, Mr. Kleber, for your all the
Thank you.
support in reviewing our booklet. That was the lifetime support that you have given to us, and we hope that we will continue with our upcoming book. We will be more than happy to get inputs from your side into that. Thank you very
Thank,
much.
thank you very much. And now this is for everyone who is listening. Guys, the thing is that PGMP is the biggest certification. PGMP is a certification that can give you boost in your career. And if you want that boost, you can join our one-to-one program or group program through customized roadmap. As Mr. Sami was saying, we will work with you. Daily follow-up, not regular follow-up, not once in a week, not once in a month, daily follow-up, coaching calls, our PGMP booklet, the summary thing, application guidance, and we are reaching towards 50 PGMPs very soon in a month or two with a pool of people that are guiding you along the way, telling you you are not alone. I am here for you. So this is something we have built people from all over the world, South America, North America, France, like Europe, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, India, Australia, Canada. Like if I just say that we have people, I'm in US, so US is covered. In Canada, we have students, right? In Saudi Arabia, in UAE, the entire Gulf region, we have a lot of students. In
Africa,
Australia,
Mr. Bhaskar is from Nigeria.
Miss
Mr. Bhaskar
Africa,
is from Nigeria.
Africa. So the sixth continent we have students. I am yet to get any student from Antarctica, but we have students from all the six continent. No matter what your schedule is, join the next PGMP program, and Mr. Sami will make sure that you get it done. Thank you very much. I wish you best of luck for future endeavor. Thank you, Mr. Kalabar. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Bhaskar, and thank you, Mr. Kulzar. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.